Good afternoon, everybody. So today is the 2nd of January 2026. Happy New Year! Happy New Year! To be honest, I'll try to do better this year. One of the goals that I want to just achieve with posting on my YouTube would be to just post whatever thought comes to mind and not overthink things and just share what is being laid in my heart at the time. There's been a couple of things that's come up recently, especially because we're in the holiday. And I think I'll just go on and mention one thing that I knew I wanted to share here that I did not share at the time it came to mind, because it just came to mind again. Again, I hope everybody's having a wonderful New Year. I know it's the second day of January, it's Friday. Some people are back to work already. And if you are, I'm sure it's going to be a very slow day considering that you're just coming from a day off. And if you're not, I hope you enjoy your last day off, including the weekend tomorrow and next. And then depending on where you work, but I just hope everyone is having an amazing holiday-ish and having an amazing start to the new year. I'm glad we made it through. We're not better than those who did not make it, regardless of every challenge, every opposition, every setback, every issue that we ran into in the year 2025. We are here, and that goes to show that there is still plan. There's still a plan and purpose for our life, because if we were done, we wouldn't be here. So I just thank God. I entered into 20, or rather I finished 2025 with a grateful heart. Entered into 2026 not really having any, and I say goal in quotes this time, because my plan for this year is just to walk with God, like have Him hold my hands. There are certain things that I want to achieve, but in all the ways that I would go about them, I don't really have a clear way yet. But I trust God, because He has asked that I lean on Him in all my ways, or rather acknowledge Him in all my ways, which I want to do. And I just want to, my goal for this year, I would say, is to trust God more, because I've seen that trusting Him pays than trusting myself. So that, by the way, Happy New Year again. So one thing that I said I noticed that I was going to share here was how, like, comments that I see, one comment that I see on social media, and it's something that I think when I kept thinking about it, like, why does this thing, I don't know if the word to use irritate me, or just like when I see it, I just roll my eyes basically. Is I see people, like how someone can be sharing how they had a wonderful Christmas, or maybe a girl surprised her dad. This Christmas, a lot of people went back home to their family. Some of them haven't seen their family in years, and someone might just leave a comment and be like, oh, and it might be a very, lovely video. Like, you can see a girl that's never seen, I saw one online where a girl had not seen her dad for 10 years. And when she came, her dad was crying, her mom was singing, everybody was so excited to see her brothers, and those type of videos. For example, I don't know if I saw any of those comments in that particular video, but I'm using that as an example because you will see something as beautiful, as emotional, like emotional in a good way, as inspiring, whatever, as that. And then, like, people just having their moment, and then you see comments like, um oh, I wish my dad was here, I lost my dad. Like, again, God help me. I want to put this in a way that is very sensitive, and let it not be like I'm being insensitive. No, but sometimes I just feel like people just take out of people's, again, this is social media. We are all entitled to our own opinions. I get it. But like I said, it's just something that just makes me roll my eyes. Like, allow this person have their moment. You don't have to come and put your sad story, and I see that a lot, like on YouTube. I see it on Instagram, because those are like the two socials that I, frequently check into, so someone is having, maybe posting their husband or their kids or their, and then you just drop your own sad story. And I was thinking about sharing this, and how the thing just used to make me roll my eyes and just be like, come on now, like, is this a pity ceremony? But again, I'm trying to not sound insensitive, like I already said. But I know that depending on how many people that hear this, I know that some people will agree with me, some will not, which is fine because we don't have to agree about the same thing. But those that will agree with me will really know where I'm coming from, and those that will not, I mean, to each his own, right? So for me, I think when I started to think about even making a video about this, just talking about this in general, I started to think about why exactly is this even like, why is it an issue for me, like why does it bother me that much when people leave these comments, and then I started to think about how, how they'll say where you find the greatest thing that kind of annoys you. Like, say for example, you're in a country, you're in a place where you see a great need, is where where you can identify a great need, is where your help is required. What I'm trying to say is, for example, you're going to a church and you see that maybe you're always complaining about the ushers. Maybe you should join their team. Maybe you should, maybe they need you there, right? Maybe that's where you should be, so that you can help them find a solution to that thing that you find very uneasy, or rather you're uneasy about, or you complain about. And that's what I see. So when I was thinking about this, like, why am I not okay with people leaving those kind of comments? And I'm like, you know what, maybe I can help them. People really need people to talk to. And and myself, one of the gifts that that the Lord has blessed me with is being an encourager. I encourage people, especially because, again, I'm a counselor. I don't know if that is where it ties into, but somewhere they both come hand in hand. So I was just like, you know what, maybe it's time for me to put myself out there more, to be able to help people. I mean, you need someone to talk to, you need someone to pray for you, you need someone to hold your hands and encourage you, you need someone to counsel you. Maybe this is where I come in, because the fact that this is kind of, I say, an issue for me in quotes, is because it might be because there is a great need for my whatever I carry that would help those people see the things the way that I see them, so that way they're not just going online and leaving a pity comment, on top of a very happy moment for some people. Instead, you can talk to somebody, you can talk to a professional. In the absence of that, maybe that's where I come in. And if you want to talk to me, I will try. I'm just saying, I'm just putting this out there now, and I pray that God helps me and God also directs me in the ways that I can go about this. But when I started even talking about this, or when this thing started to irritate me in quotes, it wasn't because I had a solution. It was at the point when I was thinking to share this. And I think one day I remember thinking about it. I'm like, if you're seeing this thing like this, maybe you can step in. How can you help these people to curtail them not going online and just dropping these comments? Rather, they can do it in a way where they're not just leaving comments and then leaving comments everywhere. They're leaving comments that they're talking to somebody that can actually help them, so that way they don't have to continue leaving those comments. Because for you to be leaving those comments, Bible say, out of the abundance of our heart our mouth speaks. That means you have something heavy inside of you. And if you don't get help, you continue leaving those kind of comments every time you see things that are similar to that. So I think that's one of the things that I like I said, I don't know how I will go about it. It's something that came to my mind. I haven't really, like, there's nothing that is by my own strength, again, but I haven't really thought about what I would do. But this was something I was going to share, so I just thought to drop it. On the other notes, like 2026, I know for sure that it's going to be an amazing year of breakthroughs, flourishing, establishment, manifestation of every word that the Lord has spoken over my life and lives of those that are connected to myself. I am so looking forward to all that this year has to offer. I'm so looking forward to all that God will have me do, have me be, use me to do, for both, whether for myself, for my family, for my friends, for everyone that I encounter me. I use for his glory. At the end of the day, I'm just looking forward to this 2026. It's a very different year, different in a good way, but we thank God for everything. All in all, it is God. It is just God. It's always been God and will always be God. So we return all the glory to him for what he's going. By this time next year, 2027, we'll be here saying, see how much difference a year can make. that is how 2026 is going to be. I know for sure that this is going to be a very remarkable year. Like, it's going to be a year like never before. So I'm looking forward to it. And when I find more ways on how I can help, people reaching out to me. Now I do counseling, but I do it only from my church, and I don't mind having more people because I really actually can help people. It is something that comes naturally to me by the grace of God. So if anyone has a comment or any ways that they think that I can help or I can expand on this, you can leave a comment below. When the Lord opens my heart and opens my mind to the ways that I can also further this thought that has come to me, I will also put it out there and just let people know and help people out as much as I can. God bless you guys and have an amazing. Let us let go of the things of the past. There are a lot of things we should leave behind: unforgiveness, selfish. In fact, anything that does not glorify God, anything that is not the fruit of the Spirit. Let us hold God this year and walk with God and just be better people for ourselves, for our loved ones, for those that will meet us, and for God, especially for us that are faith-based people. And if you're not a faith-based person, if you're not a Christian, if you're not a believer, you've not been saved, now if you've not accepted Jesus Christ as your Savior, this should be the year, this should be the month where you accept Him. Or even think about, okay, what do these Christian people, they have been saying this thing forever, let me hear or let me see what this is all about, and you would never regret it. I promise you for sure. I'll come back to this later, and hopefully we get a chance to talk soon. Bye for now.